Hi, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Coach Sherry, and this channel is about workforce development, career readiness, entrepreneurship, real life, real issues, and real talk. Tonight, this evening, I am going to be doing a May 2024 deep dive channel recap. As you all know, I am on day 62 in a 90-day everyday going live challenge. And this is not only my live, but it's also part of my Real Talk with Coach Sherry podcast. And I am saying that, I say it every night at this point, but I'm saying that because they even have some analytics for the podcast, which is also an option here on YouTube. I'm trying to tell you, if you are not creating content on YouTube, if you're just creating content on Facebook, on Instagram, or TikTok, you are really missing out here on YouTube. There are so many layers and streams that you can absolutely create content. If you are only comfortable with doing short version videos, just a few minutes or a couple of seconds, YouTube has shorts. If you don't enjoy going live and interacting with viewers, YouTube has pre-record videos. If you enjoy going live because you don't prefer doing edits, you can go live, and not only go live, but they also have a podcast option where it can be your live. You can be on camera or not, whether you are doing the live or the podcast. And it is just a wonderful, wonderful option. And the great thing about YouTube's analytics, they really break things down. You can do it in 7 days, 28 days, 90 days, 365 days. And because I'm doing this challenge, I am noticing a great positive impact on my channel. And I'm just here to share it with you and learn with you. I don't know everything about the data analytics that they have. It is very understandable, so I can figure it out. I wish I can go deeper, even deeper than what I'm going to do tonight. And I'm hopeful that those of you that come in here on the live will be able to help think tank it through with me, and share with me some of your knowledge where I can also learn. So I'm just taking you on this journey with me because many of you have been rocking with me. Many of you are new to me. Many of you are on the fence of who is Coach Sherry, on the fence of, you know what, I think I might want to do a YouTube channel, or I have a channel and I'm thinking about putting some content on there. How do you do that? What does it look like? Even though now we are in June, June 1st. Welcome, June. See you later, May. What? May was trying to get out of here. May picked up its bags around the 15th and was like, yo, I'm gone. I'm out of here. It went by so fast. But here we are in June, and this is my sweet 16 month of having my YouTube channel. And so many of you may be like me and have just been a viewer for so long. You've been enjoying the content that you see, but you also are seeing content that you are a subject matter expert on too. You may see content that you would enjoy sharing more information, your point of view of it, and you just don't know where to start, because that was my story. I watched YouTube for many, many years, and I started seeing content that I absolutely had knowledge on, experience in, and I felt like my point of view was not being put out there. There have been a lot of people that were putting content out similar to mine, but they did not have my wealth of experience. So I said, you know what, I'm going to put out what I know about that and see what happens. And then I also looked at it, and I still do, as part of my legacy. This is information that I'm sharing for my future's future, my children's children, my nieces, my great great grandnieces, and all such, and nephews, for when they are going through life and they look back and say, I need to research this because this is what I'm going through. And one of my videos may pop up as a suggested video to help them through. And I think that would be so dope. I know the Library of Congress is capturing a lot of content. They do for every single tweet that's out there. They put it in the Library of Congress because they see that as part of our history. You know, the next day it's a historical document, it's a historical thought, of intellectual property. And they know that a lot of people love to research different decades and times in life where, you know, what were people talking about during that time, and I want my content to be part of that equation. I see a couple of people are in the comments. I see Joshua Gabriel is in the building. You are first. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. It has been a wonderful weekend, busy week, and it's nice to just wind down on the weekend. At least that's my story. And I hope that you're having a great weekend too. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So I have a lot of overlays that I had put. I had done some cutting and pasting, or not cutting and pasting, but snapping the pictures and screenshots. I was trying to figure out what it was, but screenshots, and I try to condense them. And this is just from my YouTube back office so that we can look at this information together. So, a lot of people that know that I'm doing this challenge, especially the ones in my inner circle in real life, you know, they're wondering, Sherry, how is you going live every day? How is that impacting your channel? What type of results are you seeing? You know, have you noticed any growth? You know, what is it doing for your channel? Because this is my challenge. Is my challenge going into my Sweet 16 month, which is now June 1st. But I also wanted to do it to strengthen my YouTube muscle memory, you know, to be more consistent. That is the key. If you are trying to grow anything, if you're trying to be great at anything, you definitely have to develop your muscle memory. You have to be consistent. You have to do it every day. That's just like what I always say is practice every day, so that when you get in, you will get in to win. And that's even with YouTube. Every day coming live, this is practice. And I don't know where this road is going to lead, but it's going to lead somewhere, because everything that I've been intentional with in my life has always led to something remarkable. And that's why when I talk about the many and varied experiences I have, they are always remarkable. Nothing ordinary ever happens to me. It's always extraordinary. And I see Slasher Chick is here. Yes, we are doing it. I am at day 62, and you are up there, right a couple of days behind me, but really right there next to me. And I'm so proud of you. And I know going out on the weekends, especially, is when you're trying to figure out, how am I going to fit this live in? How I'm going to feel when I get back home? Because I know typically, for me anyway, when I'm out and about and I get back home, or get back to, if I'm out of town, to the hotel or whatever, I want to break it all the way down. And it is challenging, you know, to even think about doing a live. But I mean, I've been able to do it. You've been able to do it. You've been out of town. I've been out of town. We've had many weekends at this point. You know, we are more than halfway through, and we've done it. We have done it. And I'm just so proud of both of us. Absolutely. But thank you for being here tonight. Listen, I looked at my data analytics for the month of May, and I was blown away. And so I took some screenshots. One day I'll learn how to share my screen and all that. I know how to share my screen on like Teams and WebEx and Zoom and such, but I haven't mastered how to share my screen quite yet on StreamYard. And maybe next week or next weekend, that'll be the thing that I'll start practicing doing. But in the meantime, I have to do it my way. I know it's a little outdated and old fashioned, but I have the screenshots and, you know, and such. But I am going to share with all of you my analytics in the back office of YouTube. And I just did a search or it's not necessarily a search. It just is the option of the the last 28 days. So May was a really big month for me. I did a lot of things in May, and the one big thing was my daughter's graduation from Spelman College. And when I tell you those videos from just and I didn't do lives. I didn't do well, I didn't do lives. I did pre-recorded, but they weren't very long, just in those moments, and they did extraordinary. But let me just start with this right here. So, as you can see, for the month of May, I had record views. I got more views than ever. That is so wild to me. Even though I've been on for 16 years, I've been putting up content for 4. So they're saying this month, well, last month, May, I got more views than any other month since I've been putting out content. And that is remarkable. Yeah, thank you. I just hope that that's duplicatable. See, that's the thing. All right. And so when it comes to that, it says, here's what I got in May. I had 9 videos, 7 shorts, 31 lives, and 17 posts. Now, when I look at that, it definitely shows where the gaps are. So, of course, I have the 31 live streams. There are 31 days in May. I went live every day in May. This is my 62nd day, consecutive day of going live. So for the month of May, it does show that I went live for 31 days. But where I fell short, and this is something that I really, I can't say I was intentional with it, but it was in my head that I wanted to do it, was to upload more pre-records and shorts, as well as community posts. So I did upload more community posts than I did anything other than the live. So I have 17 of those, but I didn't do a lot of pre-records. And that's because with pre-records, I don't do a lot of, I don't do really any editing. And most of my pre-records, if you are connected to my channel, you'll notice are or recordings that I do in my car. I call them car chats, car chat and all that. And I love having those, few moments just to say something quick to you, share with you some thoughts that I may have, even giving you a coming soon, like, saying something about what I may be going live with that night. But I found myself these past couple of weeks getting ready to do a pre-record or starting one and just not being satisfied with it. And after a second take, I just say forget it. And I'll say, "Oh, you know what? I'll do it later." And I never do, because then later is close to the time that I may go live. And it's just this whole thing, so it just doesn't happen, because also I know I'm going live, so it's not like for that day I'm not going to put up any content, but I need to really be intentional with it, like serious. So I want to have all of those areas, lives, videos, shorts, posts. I want them to have close numbers. My lives will always be more because of this challenge, but I need the other pieces of what my channel is to be almost as high as my live number. And I believe that doing that will make a huge difference with my channel. And you may be wondering, why would you think that? I mean, you're putting out content, you're consistent with it, but as we go deeper into this data, you'll understand why I believe having all of those areas covered is going to be important for growth in the future. All right. Now I'm looking at, it's called like the brand section of StreamYard, and the images are so small. So when I'm putting them up there, it's my first time seeing it too. Well, not my first time seeing it, but my first time seeing it in this live, because I don't know what it is until it gets on the screen. Let's see. I see Warm Strong Adventures. How are you? Thank you for being here. It was great seeing you today as well in Betty J. Gathers lives. She had some really good lives, and it was nice that you went up there with her too on the panel. Great to see you. All right, let's look at the next piece, and that is people watched my channel 14.2 thousand times for the month of May. So it got 3 times more views than usual. And if you look, remember back at this where it talked about the 31 live, 7 shorts, and 9 videos, you would think that all of those views came from my 31 lives, but they didn't. And we'll go deeper in that. But as you can see, since this is a 90-day live, go live every day challenge, and this is day 62, for the past 2 months, you can see how my views have, or the watch hour, or I'm not going to say watch hours, but my views have increased. It's interesting that in January and March, I started this challenge in March, how in January and March, it was pretty close. So I'm going to have to look back in January to see what was going on. What did I do in January that also kind of piqued the interest of the viewers? But as you can see, May has been out of this world. Oh my goodness. And whatever I have done in May, I need to really try to duplicate that. All right, let's continue. So people didn't just watch, they reached out. Now I can't even understand this. I'm thinking, what videos are they talking about? But it got 676 likes, 255 shares, 119 comments. Now the 119 comments, I would really slash that in half, because I always comment back when someone makes a comment, if it's a just like a one word comment or something like that, I may just heart it, but I typically heart and respond to the comments that people leave. So it's the double of that would be my comments. So I don't know if that would count. But then with the 676 likes, I'm thinking that goes to even some other older videos, because I have noticed, and you'll see too, a lot of my, not a lot, but there are quite a few videos that have gotten a lot of views, and they were older videos from way before May. They just got the views in May. So that's another great thing about YouTube. It's not, it's not like a one and done. And Slasher Chick, this is why I tell you, you are going to blow up, because maybe a lot of people aren't coming to see your content right now as you create it, but your content is so relevant and is so well done, until I just know when the right people catch on to it, that it's going to explode and it will count. So those views count years from now. I've heard of people that are monetized say that they get paid from videos they did 3 5 years ago. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So don't even worry, and that's why I don't worry. It's one of those, you have this conference set up. If one person comes, you will still present as if it's 1,000 people there. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep trying to do my best as well, and soon it will come and happen. All right, and I hope you can all see this as well. So this is talking about the views that my channel had received in the past 28 days. Again, you see at the top where it says 7D, 28D, 90D, 365D. Those are for the days. So you can look at your analytics as far as near as 7 days and as far back as years. I can go back to 2023. I can go to the lifetime of my channel. And, I probably will go to the lifetime of my channel at some point to see exactly which older videos are getting the most searches or the most views, and maybe try and do something to refresh them, or do a review on them, or do another piece, another aspect of that particular topic, do another video on that. I think that's going to be a really good idea. But you can see how it started to pike or spike up after May 17th. And that's because my daughter's graduation was May 19th. And then it shows you the top content. And the first 3 videos are from my daughter's graduation. And the what is the Sigma female? I did that months ago. So that video, I've done one since then, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I looked at it from another perspective about the Sigma female, but this particular one that continues to get views is from months, I'm talking about in 2023 at some point. But you can see really my top, out of my top five, four of them are from the graduation from one day. So that's pretty powerful, I think. All right. So I have 10,000 more than usual views. I guess I average between 2 to 3,000 views per month. All right. Let's look at the next. All right. And so this goes into watch time hours. And, that's the piece because in order to become monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. If you want to, prior to getting monetized, if you want to have membership associated with your channel, you need the 1,000. I believe it's one, it might be 5 to 1,000. I can't recall. If someone's in here that knows, it's either 500 or 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So it's a little less than if you want to get monetized. I see Landon Price is in the building. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. And so I'm not sure how it works with the membership. I do know it's 3,000, but I'm not sure if it's 500 or 1,000 subscribers. But here you can see the watch hours I gained. I got 431 more hours than usual. I have a total of 591.7 watch hours. And that's the thing that, kind of, I don't know, it just kind of twists you up a little bit because you see how many views you have, but they don't convert into the watch hours like that. And that's because the videos that I did, they were pre-recorded when I was at the graduation. I didn't do a full recording. I did moments, and none of them were an hour long. I think one may have been maybe 20 minutes or so, was the longest. Let me just double check the length of time. Oh, 17 minutes. One was 23 minutes and one was 5 minutes. So those minutes altogether, a person would have to watch them 2 or 3 times for them to be an hour. So I get that. But you can see right here what that looks like and how many hours I got from each of those videos. And next, this is interesting because they said that to get more consistent viewership with evergreen content, and I talk about evergreen content all the time. That I feel like all of my content is evergreen content, but I guess because some of the content this past month in May was not. Well, I guess it was trendy, was trending at that moment. Angela Bassett being the keynote speaker at Spelman College, the number one HBCU in the country's graduation. That's the here and now. However, I believe in the future, people will still want to hear what Angela Bassett had to say at Spelman College graduation. But they said, to choose topics that stay relevant, explore evergreen formats like how-to videos, explainers, or reviews. Make it searchable, answer common questions people are searching for, and keep your catalog up to date. Revisit old thumbnails and titles to make sure they're all still getting found. So one thing that I'm going to do this weekend is look over my older content and see how I can freshen them up so that maybe the title needs to be changed, or maybe the thumbnail needs to be updated and freshened up. It's just like your home. During each season, you kind of freshen things up. You may change out your comforter set or your window treatments, your runners for your table, your flowers. So I think that's what we have to do for our YouTube channel too. Every season, every so often, you need to definitely refreshen it and make it more relevant and seasonally appropriate. Now, I'm looking at how everything is laid out here. Everything is not necessarily in order because I uploaded it all at the same time, but let's see. Okay, so I had talked about the podcast option on YouTube and how I did create a playlist podcast. You have to create like it's almost like a playlist. It is a playlist and you just put all your podcasts in there and you have to title it and write a description if you want. And then each time you record something that you consider a podcast, you will put that under that particular playlist. So because I started doing this day, this live every day for 90 days, I want to say after day 30, it just dawned on me that, you know what, these are really podcasts too. And so I started putting them into that playlist folder. So as you can see, I have from that podcast, from these lives, really 754 views, and the watch time hours is 66.5. So that's really good. And it may be podcasts that I recorded before May, because I had some already in there. I don't know exactly which ones have gotten the most views, but I think that's really nice that they put that on there. It also shows the value of it and how impactful it also is towards your analytics. So if you are a content creator and you haven't started putting content into a podcast playlist, I highly recommend that you do, because people want different things. People may want the same content, but they want it delivered to them in different ways. Some people want it delivered in quickly, in shorts. Some people want pre-record, some want lives, and some like to know that they're looking at a podcast. So, do what you need to do to capture and to accommodate all of them in that way. And this is not like being a sous chef where you cooking a little bit of this for them and that for them. This is just a matter of where you're storing the information. And the great thing is you can store one piece of content in multiple places, because you can also create shorts from your lives. You can create shorts from your pre-record. So it all can be repurposed in so many different ways. Okay, so when we look at watch time, so it's gonna look a little flip flop. I told you I can't really see what the images are, and when it uploaded, whichever one populates, that's just how it kind of falls into this stream of things. But when we talk about watch time hours, I have 431 more than usual. I get between 80 and 160, and I have 591.7 watch hours put onto my content and everything, my channel, for the month of May. And you can also see where it started to pike up, because around after the 19th, but prior to the 19th, you see it's just kind of like, yeah, you getting view time, you getting watch hours, but not as much as after the 19th, after Angela Bassett. And it even shows you the top content. So another interesting thing is, you can see like the world's largest furniture store, Furnitureland South. I'm so surprised that that's still getting a lot of content. That was a live I did. I think it may have been January or so, but I'm glad that it is. And again, it shows that they remain relevant if people are searching for that particular topic. And what is a Sigma female? That initial one that I did in 2023, it got 87.9 watch hours. So it's really interesting to see the movement of the content on the channel. All right. So next we have subscribers. So I have been growing. I've gone down. I've gone up. I have 20 more than usual. I guess usually I have 13 to 30 subscribers every month that are new. In the month of May, I added more than 50 new subscribers. And they even show what videos they watched when they subscribed, which I think is good too, because I can see, okay, they're interested in this. So let me add more of that, because I'll attract more people, or the people that subscribe because of that will come back and be return viewers for that particular type of content. So again, it's the what is Sigma female is in the top four. My ice addiction, oh my goodness, that's so wild to me that is, a thing, but that's a whole sector. There's people that eat ice, that eat cornstarch, that eat all kinds of things, and they do well on with their channel. It's just that I don't prefer being addicted to ice. My addiction is ebbs and flows. It's like any addiction, when you get right, you good, but then sometimes, if your deficiency shows up, then you might backslide a little bit. So for me, it's my vitamin D and iron, and if it gets low, then that's when I start craving ice. So it was not as bad as it used to be because I know exactly what it is. I just thought I just enjoyed ice, but it was actually a deficiency that I had. So it's not something I could build a channel on, nor is it something I would want to build a channel on. But it's just interesting that it still gets views. I think that might be one of my highest viewed video, and I've created a ton of shorts from it too. So it is the gift that keeps on giving for sure. And then returning viewers. Now, this is the thing, and that's why this is so important, knowing where your subscribers initially found you or where they initially decided that they wanted to rock with your team, to see what type of videos caught their attention and made them say yes, so that here you can understand how they need to continue to return. Like, what do I need to do for them? But I did receive 12% more than the previous 28 days in terms of, on my videos anyway. So on my videos, pre-records, I have 12% more, 168 return to watch my videos. I got 13% less on my shorts and about the same on my lives. So the lives stayed consistent. My shorts decreased. And I know that's because I didn't upload a lot of shorts. Remember the other one where it showed how many shorts, lives, and pre-records I did, and my videos and shorts were very low compared to the lives. So that's another reason why I believe you have to be consistent on all levels on your channel. It's one of those things where going live wasn't something that I did very often. I remember I went to doing lives kicking and screaming. It wasn't something I felt like I would prefer and was comfortable with when I first started. But I did build up that confidence, and going live has helped me in so many ways, even off of YouTube. So I don't mind going live. It's just not something I would do all the time. But I would do videos a lot. I would do shorts a lot. And so now I'm strengthening my ability to go live, but I didn't continue to hone my skills for the things I was already strong in. And if you are an athlete, if you do that, say an athlete knows how to shoot around the perimeter exceptionally well. They know how to do layups, they know how to do jump shots, but they don't do good on foul shots. So and they start practicing and focusing more on practicing their foul shots before practice, after practice. They're trying to really build up that muscle memory, but they no longer practice like that doing their jump shots or their layups because they say, I'm already great at that. I don't have to worry about that. And you know what? As they play in games, they'll start seeing their numbers decrease on how many shots they make, that they connect with in terms of around the perimeter and layups. But their foul shots will increase. That will definitely get better. So I feel like that's what's happened with me with this. Okay, I wasn't that good or wasn't doing lives, but my videos and shorts, those numbers were always good. And now, because I didn't concentrate as much on my videos and shorts because I was trying to improve my lives, then those two suffered. So the only reason why my videos did better is because of those pre-records from the graduation. And you have to keep it real. You have to, when you do a deep dive, you got to figure out, okay, my videos, the numbers of in terms of how many I uploaded weren't that many. So why would that be 12% more? What was going on? And if you see the spikes, what kind of videos content was I putting out? What was the cause? I know already it was from the graduation. So I know moving forward, I don't have another graduation coming up this month or next month. So I have to figure out how to get more relevant and interesting videos and shorts, as well as continuing with my lives throughout this challenge and beyond. So I need to keep them all balanced. They can't suffer because I'm focused on one area. And that's how it is even in relationships. That's how it is in your line of work or business. When you are implementing something new, you can't drop everything else just to focus on that one new thing. You have to keep up, improving, tweaking, keeping it at the standard that it is, whatever the case may be, so that it won't decrease. And that's the point. Okay, so this talks about the views, and again, it shows that the videos got 8.4 thousand views, and that's again because of the graduation. Keeping it real, it's not like I was in my car chat and all that, and everybody thought it was all that. No, that was from the Angela Bassett and even the gospel song and lyrical dance. You know that I look at that almost every day myself. I love that video. And then the shorts, I do have a couple of Angela Bassett shorts. I took a couple of the videos, the pre-recorded of her, and chopped it into a remixed short. And that's another thing, when you have a video, a lot of people think, oh, I have to make a short. I got to go out and find something real quick that I can. No, take a snippet of your live or a snippet of your pre-recorded video, and you can create a remixed short. And that remix, the link to that long form video will be on there, and people, all you gotta do is click on it if you are a viewer, and it'll take you to the long form right from where that remix version left off. And so you can look at it from there, or you can rewind it, or go back to the beginning. Either way, it definitely keeps that traffic moving and flowing in your direction. And so that's why my shorts were up, because the remixed versions of the Angela Bassett speech and such got a lot of views. And the live streams are just, they holding steady. They're much bigger than they were before this 90-day challenge, that's for sure. So I'm not complaining about that at all. Okay, and this talks about the subscribers. So I had received 460% more in the month of May than I did the previous month. Shorts, I got 43% less. And that's because when people, even though the Angela Bassett shorts did well, it took them, people were able to go back to the video version. And I guess from the video version is where, if they were going to subscribe, is where they subscribed. Now, I feel like the lives, I did very well with subscribers. I got 55% more than the previous month. I received 14 new subscribers from those lives. And I want to thank everyone that has decided to rock with me and be on this team, and realize the value that I am putting out here. I'm not trying to put anything out here that's going to hurt. I'm bringing good news. And I know good news travels slow, but it is traveling and it's steady. And I appreciate the ones that have been rocking with me for all these years, for sure. Thank you. But this is what makes the world go around. It's not just about you or me, it's about we. It's about all of us doing this together. So I know a lot of people don't catch my lives, and they come back and look at the pre-records, and I appreciate that for sure, the replays. All right, let's look at published content. So of course, because I had, and let me take this brand down. Oh, let me see, 92. Okay, let me take this down so y'all can see. All right. So, of course, with the live streams, it says, well, they said the past 28 days, but you saw in other data that I had shared in this live that I have 31 live streams for the month of May. And then the videos, again, only 8, and then 7 for the shorts. I hate seeing numbers like that. I mean, in real life, if you have your balance statement, your balance sheet, your financial balance sheet, you want things to be balanced. And if this was financial right here, which it could be one day, if I get monetized on YouTube, when I get monetized on YouTube, this is not going to look good to me. 28, 8, and 7, that's ridiculous. I have to increase videos and shorts for sure. And then it shows the videos across formats, and I mean viewers across formats. And some people only look at the lives, and that's where I got the most, because that's where I had the most consistency. Some 19% watched both, and then 38% only watched the videos. So being that I only uploaded 8 videos, the video percentage shouldn't even be almost as much as the lives, which I did a live every single day. And again, that's because of the Angela Bassett and her speeches, and which are phenomenal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my videos on the graduation from Spelman. It's the one where they are singing a Kurt Carr song, the Glee Club, as well as lyrical dance, and the two videos that show Angela Bassett and Brown Johnson when they received their honorary doctorate degrees. But so I feel like in order to even consider, even try to keep up this pace and improve it, I'm going to have to increase my video updates or uploads every month. And then it shows the typical views, the shorts, 80 to 420 videos, 30 to 60, and live streams are 2 to 5. And that's typical, but of course it increased. And with this is how did the viewers find me? Some of them was with the browse feature, and actually that was 45.5%. That's when they're just browsing along, and they see it. Shorts, look, 20%. So imagine if I didn't have any shorts out there, I wouldn't have received 20% of the viewers. Suggested videos, 15%. External, 7. And that's because I typically share my videos on Twitter X, and then other is 10%. And I guess other is when I don't know what, I don't know what other is. I was going to say, so I don't even know what other could be, but external could be, other people sharing it with their friends, or other platforms. I know sometimes viewers will share it on Reddit or even on their community walls. So it's a lot of different ways. And I appreciate all of that for sure. And then this is something else. When are my viewers on YouTube? And when I do my car chat, I typically do them in the morning, and I try to upload them shortly after I do them. So it looks like that's too soon. No one that watches my content are really into YouTube that early. So between 12, oh, I'm sorry, y'all can't see that. It's like between 12 a.m. and 10 or 11 a.m. None of the people are there. The middle number is actually 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. So it looks like most of the people that would come and be interested in my content are on YouTube after 12 p.m. and after 6 p.m. So if I do a car chat early in the morning, what I'm going to do is schedule it to post around lunchtime, around 12 or 1 p.m., because that's when people are most likely going to be there. And it's not saying that they can't look at it late at night or whenever, next month, next year. But if I want to initially get that to impact that month's data, I'm going to start posting those videos around lunchtime. And then my lives, of course, will be after 6. So 6 and after, that's what they have been. I want to say I've been doing my lives between 6 and 10 p.m. So I want to say around the 6 to 7, though, would probably be the best time for me to do my lives. It could be a time when people are commuting, when people are, unwinding, and maybe they won't be in the chat, but they'll just have me on the background, whatever it is, where they may want to just get that relax, relate, release type of information. So I have to be mindful too of the information I share at that time of night. I'm going to consider what I love listening to in the evening and provide that type of content. Okay, so new viewers. So I received 569% more than the previous month for new videos on my new videos. So for viewership, I got 6.4 thousand views on my videos. Shorts, I got 3,000 views, and that's 55% less. So I'm trying to tell you, my shorts, they kind of hit right when I do it on a consistent basis. So to say that I got 3,000 views on my shorts, which is 55% less than the month before, and that this month or May was including the Angela Bassett short, and it still was 55% less. So that means I need to be more consistent with my shorts and the lives, because I went live every day. I was 72% more than the previous day, month. And that's because maybe May had 31 days and April had 30 days, but I'm sure that one day didn't make that big of a difference. But it just hit that way. People started to become more familiar with me going live and expectant of it as well. Let me check the comments. You have a good night too, Joshua. Good night to you. Hi, Jessica. How are you tonight? Good to see you. I hope you've had a great Saturday. Joshua, you have a good night. And let's see. Um, oh, okay. So that's with the analytics for new viewers. So I have, can you believe that for the videos I have had more, 569% more. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I appreciate the viewers too. Maybe they all didn't convert into new subscribers or joining the team, but just being exposed to the channel, sometimes that's all it takes. And I'm very patient when it comes to growing, because I'm not fast and furious. I want to be able to stick and hold. So, they may recommend me. They may have seen some of my other videos and it just wasn't their style, but they know somebody whose style it is and may recommend it to them. Or they may find themselves being drawn to me and come back. And they just didn't subscribe or decide to subscribe that day, but maybe the fifth day or next year they may say, you know what, I keep going back to her. Let me just join and see what this is about. So I am doing great. I'm doing really good. You are a year older now. Happy birthday to you, Jessica. Happy birthday and many more. God bless you. I wish you peace, health, and happiness. And I hope this year brings you more joy than you could even imagine. This will be a year beyond your wildest dreams. I'm glad you're a year older. That is a blessing in itself, for sure. All right. And so this is like an audience overview kind of thing. And it's showing how I had 322 returning viewers, 11.5 thousand unique viewers. And out of all of that, I had received 50 plus subscribers, which is 20 more than usual. I don't know about y'all. Some of y'all might be like, you know what, Coach Sherry, this is really not hitting me. This is not exciting. It's not fun. It's not a Saturday fun thing, but this is deep to me. And with anything in business, that's why like I have an assessment and it talks about, let me see, it's a question like, would you like to own your own business? A lot of people say they would very much like to own their own business. And there's another question like, would you, um, oh, I wish I could remember. Do you want to record do you want to record rent payments? And they would say no, but I'm like, you don't want to own real estate, and have rental properties, but I don't say anything. And then there's another question like about employee wages and figuring them out or something like that, and they'll say no, but yet they said they want to own a business. And that's one of the problems. People want to be called a business owner, they want to be an entrepreneur, but they don't want to dig in the weeds. They don't want to dig deep to know how the ins and outs of the business. They want to walk around with a suit on or sunglasses or a briefcase and tell people, give their business card out and say they own a business, they work for themselves, but they don't even know how their business is growing, where their business is weak and the gaps, and how they need to evolve. They're not checking the data. They're not following the trends. They're not understanding what they need to stop doing or do more of, because this part right here that we're going over right now is boring to them. It's, oh, I have someone to do that. And that's someone that's doing that for them is the one that's making the most money in real life. And so you need to know all these types of intricate pieces to the things that you're involved in, especially if it's going to be a stream of income, so that you can have your finger on the pulse. And so many people just want it to be easy breezy. Nothing worth having is ever easy. So I hope that you are rocking with me with this the deep dive data analytics of my YouTube channel. And this is again my May 2024 channel recap. And hopefully it can help you too. I'm still learning a lot of it, you know. I'm just going off of what I could tell. I haven't looked at any other type of videos to help me as much in terms of, they may talk about it, but they don't show it. And so I'm just kind of, still in that dark room looking for the light switch. But here I'm hopeful that you're able to follow along. And if you are a content creator or getting ready to start, this is something that I'm hopeful you'll look into for yourself. So again, I love how they color coded. I always believe in having the color codes and also having what those colors represent. So you can see returning viewers is kind of flatline, but my new viewers have continuously, come back. And I appreciate that as returning viewers. And my unique viewers, I have more, 30% more. And again, with subscribers, I have 20 more than usual. And so when it comes to unique viewers, it shows what content attracted them to my channel. So I had 11,554 unique viewers. Y'all, imagine if they were converted into part of the team. I think that would be so amazing. And they would definitely be very much welcomed. But as you can see, and like I said, I knew that this was it. It was the Spelman graduation, and even with the shorts, but also again, that Sigma female. So when I see those numbers for the Sigma female content, it's telling me I need to do more. There's so many different angles of a Sigma female that I can capture and cover. And I already did one piece, and I'm going to, look again and think again and do a couple of more pieces on who the Sigma female is in different areas of her life. But also bagpipes got pretty high. And a lot of it again is with Angela Bassett. I promise you, if you have not seen the shorts or the pre-recorded videos that I have on my channel with Angela Bassett, and it's Dr. Angela Bassett now because she received her honorary doctorate degree from Spelman. I highly recommend you check them out because her speeches were so inspirational and empowering, not just for the graduates, but everyone who was in the building tuned in. Okay. And then watch time from subscribers. So those that came to see my content, I had 88% that were not subscribed and 12% that are subscribed. So that's something that I'm going to have to think tank through and determine how to convert the non-subscribed viewers into subscribed. And also, what can I do to encourage and attract again the ones that are subscribed? Because those two numbers are so far apart. It's not even half. I can see if the subscribed was at maybe 30%, 35, but at 12%. But I'll take it, and I appreciate all the views nevertheless. And here it shows with subscribers, I have 20 more than usual. Usually I have 13 to 30, and I have 50 plus from the month of May. And it shows the videos again where they came from. And so again, I can look at those and determine. And I got 5 even just from yesterday's live, which was about heart and brain, the stroke connection. And I promise you, I believe everyone needs to listen to that live and Vashti Hale's story of surviving a stroke at the age of 44. Our health is so fleeting, and we don't know when or what is going to hit us. And we just need to understand what some of the signs are at the very least, because the signs are different for everyone. But at the same time, you need to be in tune to your body. And just because one thing happens to you, it may be the cause and effect of something else. And so for her, she had a stroke, but the cause of it was her heart and having a hole in it. And who knew? It's like the stroke almost saved her life from her heart, or did her heart save her life from the stroke? But she also has a wonderful resource book that she put together for people of all ages really, and people who are caregivers, so that they can have the information in one place of the loved ones that they are caring for. So again, this shows the top content of where the subscribers are coming from. And then this is the age. And, when I was just doing videos these past 4 years, and, I would do a video here, video there. I would try to do at least 2 videos a week or whatever. My age, my age range usually would be between 45 and 64. Like those two line items would be pretty high. But I love that my content is touching all age groups, because again, with evergreen content, my target age, of course, will be, but at the same time, I know that it's relevant and important for all age groups. And so when I look at this and I see that, yes, my age group and a little bit older are my highest, but I also have a good amount of people in the age of 45 to 54 range, 35 to 44, 25 to 34, 18 to 24, even 13 to 17, so it goes along the whole gamut, and I love that. And even with the male and female, now this one kind of fluctuates. Typically, I have more male viewers, but now I'm seeing I have more female viewers. And this is the first week or the first month, since I've been looking at my analytics, that I've seen the female viewership higher in percentage than the males, because usually the males are higher. I have no idea why, but that has been the case. Either way, everyone is welcome. And then here I'm just showing, they also give you like topics or things that people are searching, and maybe this is things that my videos are being suggested for, as well as I'm looking at it as topics that, since people are looking for their top searches, I need to make more content around. So graduation, May is a huge graduation month. June is too, for high school. But, I had the Angela Bassett graduation. Spelman College graduation was a heavy for my month of May, highly viewed and received. But then we have mindset coach, life coach. I could do those things. I do those things. Mentoring inspirational videos, student leadership inspirational videos, graduation motivational videos. So those could also be part of the tags that I maybe go and update my videos that I've done, and use some of these words in the tags, and or create more content around these topics. Coaching leadership style examples, coaching leadership style, situational leadership. And I am a situational leadership trainer as well. I'm a was it trained to trainer, so I can definitely talk about some of that. Coaching leadership style, all these, this is what I do. And so again, I guess when people search it, some of my content comes up. Graduation speech, inspirational, commencement speech, graduation speech. So I'm going to again check my tags to see if I make sure that I have these in those tags under those videos, so that they can be searched and viewed by even more people. Remember, with YouTube, there are billions of watchers, like literally. Let me see how many people watch YouTube, because I know it is a lot. YouTube used to be the number one, but I last time I heard it was Facebook, and I was surprised by that. So let me see, viewers on YouTube. Viewers on YouTube. All right. It says it's funny how Google, if you Google something now, Google will it looks like an AI app, like ChatGPT or Perplexity, because they'll give you this whole kind of overview of what you said, and then they'll go into the information. It's interesting. Blessings to you, Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. Great to see you. Oh, I'm glad you like the stats. Do you check your stats, Jessica? And Conscious Business Services and Opportunities? Do y'all check your stats? your stats on your channel? I see you're saying hello to everyone. Let me see. With YouTube, doo, doo, doo. It's not showing. How many how many people watch how many people? Let me see. How many people watch YouTube or go on YouTube? How many people are on YouTube? Okay, are on YouTube. All right, maybe that'll help. Let's see. So they said that YouTube has over 2.49 billion monthly active users, which is more than a third of the world's population and nearly half of the global online population. This is a significant increase from the 2 billion users it had in 2019. And this is as of March 2024. So when we look at our stats and we see, oh, we have this thousand or that, we have so much room to grow. And that's the beauty of it. We haven't even touch the tip of the iceberg. So when it comes to revamping, reviewing, revising our content, freshening it up, our thumbnails, our tags, our titles, I think it can even attract another slew of people to that content. Being mindful of where our gaps are each month, each week, because as you can see, you can look at your analytics from 7 days, 28 days, 360, the whole year. But looking at where are the gaps, what puzzle pieces are missing, and filling that in. And my most important lesson is when you're trying to strengthen one area, don't forget the areas that you were once strong in because they will start to suffer and become weak. And so, it's about making sure you're doing everything for every aspect of your channel, be it uploading shorts on a regular basis, pre records, lives, as well as community posts. So that's something that I'm going to definitely do moving forward for my next 30 days of going live every day for 90 days. Can y'all believe I am way more than halfway through? So I'm excited. And this next 30 days, I'm definitely going to go in strong. And it wouldn't be possible without all of you. So thank you all for being here, for being so supportive, and for receiving the information that I'm bringing. I'm really not trying to do anything to hurt, but to help. And just sharing a tidbit of the things that I know that has been successful thus far. But everyone, that's all I have for you. This is what I do, and it is my pleasure sharing it with you. I will see you tomorrow with a video, a short, and a live. I am Coach Sherry.